Welcome to Decoding AI for You. In this explainer, we're diving into a really important study from Microsoft to give you clear, actionable insights for your business. So let's get right to it. The one question everyone's asking is this: how is AI really changing work? Not in some far-off future, but right here, right now. We're about to find out by looking at how real people are actually using these tools every single day. Okay, let's dive into our first section, AI at work, where we're going to separate the hype from the reality. So, where does this information come from? Well, it's not just a small survey. Researchers looked at 200,000, that's right, 200,000 anonymous conversations with Microsoft's Copilot AI. This isn't a lab, this is AI in the wild. Now, with that much data, how in the world do you even begin to make sense of it all? Well, the researchers came up with a brilliantly simple way to understand what's really going on inside these AI chats. And here it is. This is the key idea that just unlocks everything. They made a distinction between the user goal, what the person actually wants to get done, and the AI action, what the AI is doing to help them. And as you're about to see, those two things, they aren't always the same. Let's make this real with a super simple example. Say a user wants to print a document. Their user goal is pretty straightforward: operate office equipment. But what does the AI actually do? It doesn't physically print the paper for them. No, the AI action is to train them on how to do it. See the difference? It's acting like a coach, not an operator. And that distinction, it's everything. All right, so now that we get the framework, let's look at what the data says. What are people actually asking AI to do for them at work? When you look at the data, a really clear pattern just jumps right out. The top user goals are probably what you'd guess: getting information and writing. But check out the top AI actions. It's not just providing information. The number 2 action is teaching. People are turning to AI as a kind of expert, asking it to explain how things work. And this gets even more obvious when you look at the extremes in the data. For real-world stuff like making a purchase, the AI is just assisting. But for tasks like training on procedures or coaching others, the AI is fully performing that action. So think about what that means. It's not an intern you're just offloading work to. It's more like an expert consultant showing you how to do your job better. Which, of course, leads us to the million-dollar question. If AI's real strength is in communication and coaching, which jobs are going to be affected the most? Well, the data gives us a pretty clear answer. The jobs where AI fits best are all about language and communication. You've got translators, writers, and sales reps right at the top. Even something like a CNC tool programmer, someone who writes code to tell a machine what to do, it's a perfect fit. It's all about giving instructions, which is exactly what an AI copilot is great at. Now flip that coin over. The contrast tells the other half of the story. The jobs that are least suited for this kind of AI, they're the ones that are super physical, totally hands-on. These roles need a physical presence and a manual skill that, let's be honest, a language model just doesn't have. So if we zoom out and look at the big picture by job category, it's crystal clear: sales, computer, and office support. These roles show the highest applicability for AI. And why? Well, because they are the information and communication hubs of any company, and that is exactly where AI is finding its sweet spot. So, what do you do with all this? Let's translate this data into a real, actionable AI strategy for your business. All right, here are the key things to take away. First, think augment, not just automate. The data shows AI is here to make your team better, not replace them. Second, lean into its power as an information and communication tool. So look for tasks that involve a lot of writing, research, and explaining. And finally, maybe the biggest insight of all, start using AI as an expert coach. Think about deploying it to train your team, get new hires up to speed faster, or even give your seasoned pros a totally new way to look at a problem. So this data gives us a map, not of where AI might go in the future, but where it is right now. It's a powerful new kind of tool, a coach, really, for your entire organization. So the only question left for you is, where are you going to put it to work first? That's what we have for today's explainer. Thanks so much for joining us on Decoding AI for You. We'll see you next time.